Anthony, great to speak to you just 2 days out from this big one. It's billed as a score to settle.
Yes.
Is that how you're seeing it?
100%. You know, I'm literally I'm excited for this fight. I just love big occasions. You know, this is why I got into boxing. It's not a big occasion for the right reasons, in my opinion. It's a big occasion because I didn't do something in the first fight, and now the rematch is so much bigger because people are saying, "Oh yeah, but that wasn't Anthony." So, you know, and again, Lyndon got to showcase some more of his skills. You know, people saw it as like he kept Anthony at bay. That says something. But I know within myself why that was. I know within myself so many things. So I'm just excited for this fight, and yeah, I'm thankful.
We know your mindset wasn't right going into that fight for a number of reasons which are far more important than boxing. But how are you feeling now?
I feel sensational. As Future says, sensational. I actually feel good, man. I feel, mentally back to myself. And I feel like it's been showing, in training. It's been showing in things I've been doing, how I've been living. And yeah, physically and mentally, I feel fantastic.
And 12 months since that last fight, how do you feel like you've developed as a boxer? We just saw you once. It was a one-round knockout, so we couldn't tell too much from that. But how are you feeling? What do you think we're going to see from you on Saturday?
I feel like that one-round knockout shows. I'm not going to, eliminate that victory because that was a good opponent for that particular time. And to knock him out in the first round, the way I wanted to, I was pleased with the performance, and I said after the fight, I said, "There's no games," and it's just like that's been my mindset. No games. The first fight with Lyndon, I was laughing, I was joking, I was in the ring, spinning around. Me and him was talking in the ring. No games.
Tunde's here alongside us, but you've also brought in James Cook. What has that added to your training setup? What difference has that made?
The difference it's made really is the runs have been different. The runs have been very good. James is like, he's like me. He likes to laugh and joke a lot. But again, I just ask him questions. He's very, very experienced. He fought at a very high level. Me and my team, we're all inexperienced. So I don't really. I care what people say because opinions always do matter because it helps you in your profile and it helps you with your career. But if you look at what we've done as a team, me, Tunde, Ade, we was all there from the beginning. So if you look at what us three have done as a training team, and if you go outside of that and you look at again Tunde, Frank Warren, and myself, if you look at the level we've got to, global sponsorship deal with Adidas, a long-term deal with Foot Asylum, sponsors calling, fought in America, fought for world title within 4 years with, again, taking Frank Warren out of the occasion a minute, me, Tunde and Ade with no experience. I had 12 amateur fights, and there's people that had a low level of amateur fights as well, but they had other fighting backgrounds. They kickboxers or they done this, or their trainer had been, in 55 world title fights, and they're long toothed in the game. We came into the sport, Tunde grew up in Peckham, and this is how I loved it. Tunde grew up in Peckham. I grew up in East London. I don't have to say one place because I was known in East London, and we went on this. We came on the scene. I ain't gonna say where Ade's from because Ade's a bit of a mixer. He's a bit. Ade's. Ade, I don't know where Ade's from sometimes, but we went on the global stage, yeah, and we, in the eyes of some, we've made it. Like, look at all this. Like, we made it, and what have we come from? What experience have we had? When we came in, people saying, "Oh, these guys don't know nothing," and then I started knocking people out. And the amateurs, I had an amateur coach named Tony Cisse, and he was very experienced in the amateur scene, and he gave me bad advice one time. Well, I saw it as bad advice, and he said, you can't knock out everybody because you won't get no fights. It happened, you know, after my first fight, I didn't have a fight for like 3 months, and I was training every day. I said, I'm ready. Didn't have a fight for like 3 months. And then my second fight, I beat the guy up. Like, it was worse than the Lyndon Arthur fight. It wasn't close. And they gave it to him. 3 rounds. I was counting on my fingers saying, wait, what round did he win? From that day on, I had tears in my eyes. I looked at Tony, I said, from this day, I'm knocking out everybody. And he went, all right, son. Everyone that knows Tony C says, Cockney, he said, all right, son, well, we're going to stop him. That's what we're going to do, you know. We're going to stop him. And from that day, every amateur fight I had, I knocked out everybody, even in competitions. When I turned professional, I said, that's how you gain the attraction of others. That's how you gain interest. You got to knock people out. That's how I got to this stage, you know. And there's a reason, Pat and Lennon said that they were watching me because that's what boxing's about, trying to get yourself up there, get a big name for yourself, get in the big fights. And I'm going to show everybody, I'm going to show them where the first fight you got me at the right time, due to things I was going through. But I ain't no person that you look to say, and that's a warning for the whole light heavyweight division. Don't think you can come to me and say, yeah, let me fight Anthony.
That mindset you spoke about that you learnt in the amateurs, I want to knock them out, I'm going to knock them all out. Is that what you're taking into this fight? When you look at what Lyndon said, I think he simply just wants to win this fight. But for you, is it about winning, but also making a statement too?
Yeah, when I say about knockouts, that it usually just comes. But my plan, not my plan, but my mindset is to be an exciting fighter. The last fight, it went the way it went because I wasn't an exciting fighter. You know, I was not on the back foot, but I was, you know, head movement and just, you know, sizing, and the punches wasn't raining. And I told you, when I start letting my hands go, you can't stop the rain. You can't stop the rain when it starts to pour. Listen to me. When my hands start flying, there's nobody. There's actually nobody on this planet Earth. You saw it with Kovalev. Kovalev was at the top. You can't handle me when I'm throwing, when I let my hands go. So I'm excited.
There's obviously a lot of pressure going into this one for you, having lost the previous fight. It's obviously a crucial junction in your career, but do you feel that pressure, or as you said to me there, you feel excitement more than anything?
It's just excitement because look where I'm at. You know, look what I've done with my life. It's always going to be excitement because I've got the opportunity to do this, to get paid to have a fight. You know, I go gym every day for free because I love boxing. I want to get better, and this is now like you get the opportunity to go out there and entertain. And for me, it's like there's no pressure. Like I've never understood that thing of there's pressure. I don't know if it's maybe my mind and people saying, "Oh, you're crazy." Of course, there's pressure, but there's no pressure. It's one thing or the other. It's not a big riddle, but you have to figure something out and say it's gonna go one way or the other. And I believe it's gonna go one way. So anything else don't really matter. And I know it sounds crazy to the average person, but it just is what it is.
Makes a lot of sense. Frank was saying up on stage that this is effectively a world title eliminator. The winner could be taking on Joe Smith Jr. or Callum Johnson, whoever wins that fight in January. Does that just add even more incentive this weekend?
Absolutely not. No. I've been watching Floyd recently, that's why I love Floyd's interviews, man. When he said, absolutely not. But the answer is absolutely not. Like, I understand why he says it, because it's absolutely not. It's like, it's no. I don't, that is 0.0% of my focus. I don't even care about the fight. I don't even know who the two people are fighting are. You know, I've heard it. People say it over and over again. I have to actually think, who are the two people fighting again? I don't care. My job, my only mindset is only 2 days away. It's literally only 2 days away, so yeah.
One last question, because I've taken far too much of your time.
No, I'm here, man.
Hopefully you win on Saturday. 2
Thank
weeks'
you.
time, BT Sport, Jake Paul against Tommy Fury, a very different sort of fight.
Mm.
What are your thoughts ahead of that one?
I really don't have any thoughts about it, to be honest. I saw an interview with Javante David and I said, that is true. Because I said, initially I was saying to myself, it's good. Any attention brought to boxing is good. And then Javante Davis in his interview said, it's a disrespect to boxing. He's been boxing since he was 6 years old. There's a lot of professional athletes that give their life to boxing. And, we're prize fighters. And, our goal is to, just like the Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson's, is to go and make a lot of money so we can feed our families. But we go the hard route. We have tough fights, we have tough sparring, we go out there, we build ourselves up gradually. And then you got people that just come in and say, you know what, let's have a professional fight. It shouldn't be labelled as a professional fight, it should be labelled as an exhibition or something else, because it's disrespectful to us professionals that anybody can just come in off the street and say, oh, we're going to have a fight for millions of dollars or millions of pounds. There's no person in this world that can just walking off the street or from a park and say, I'm going to play in the NBA. Or I'm going to play in the Premiership. So when he used that analogy, I'm one of them people, if I say something and someone says something that makes more sense, I'll be like, you're right. I'll have no ego when it comes to what makes sense in my brain. And that was factual. You can't walk off the street and go and play in the NBA. And boxing is the most dangerous sport in the world. So why should someone be able to come in and have a big professional fight? I know it's to do with money. If anyone should be getting paid the millions, it should be the ex-legendary fighters, fighting each other as an exhibition, earning millions of pounds. Not someone that's got no experience or that's done a couple hours of training. I say that they want to go and fight in a professional ring.
Is it therefore important for boxing then that Tommy Fury wins that fight?
I don't really know. Again, that's not my focus. Even when I was talking, I forgot about the question, who the two people you asked me about was. My only focus for right now is this Saturday.